Alright guys, hello and welcome. We are back into Blox Cards and we're going to do an Archetype. Do we have any empties? Yeah, we have an empty. I don't want to bother with editing out one. We've done Occult, we've done Alar, we've done Anthras, we've done B, Boardwipe, Cannonman, Police, Cat's Eye. We're going to do... Alliance sounds fun, but I have no idea what it is. We've done Alar. We haven't done this. This one we actually kind of have to do. So I think I'll just pile it on, read up, and then we'll be good. Effects. Effects can't transform this card when this card is cast during your end steps. If you have 4 or fewer cards in your hand, give yourself one of those things. Can't transform this card. Whenever you discard your second card, each turn, give yourself one of those. Whenever you discard your second card, okay. When this card is cast, if there are 5 cards in your deck, give yourself one of those. When this card is cast, summon a clone of it. All of those in play and in your hand gain that much. Let's see here. Actions buffed this way manifest into fighters. Interesting. During your end steps, all of those generate. We have a full set. Nice. I don't know if there's any more, but we have a full set so far. We're going to be running green, it appears. We're going to go with Witch's Brew. Fighter's Stat. Do we want to go with Fighter's Stat? We'll go with Witch's Brew. It's one of the thingies. I just read it. Why is it such a big box? That's so weird. I literally just read it. I know I have a low brain cell count, but I literally just read it. In play and in your hand, gain that much. Actions buff this way manifest into fighters. Cool. Would that manifest into those? I'm a little confused on that part. Chef. Cast only if you control a non-green fighter. When you do, give yourself a random rare card. No thanks. When cast, target fighter gains health. We're going to have to pull it all through with that one. When this card is cast, deal that much to a target fighter. Pretty good. Langs is good. Whenever you gain life, allied fighters. I don't think they'll be going on, Chief. Dead Tree, cool. Pillager, we're going to go with those. Pirate? Target fighter loses that. Yeah, Pirate's good. We need something good. During your end step, if your opponent has a nightmare card in their hand, that's not good. Bad guess. If there is that much health among fighters you control, gain a green. Yeah, cool. Power? Health. Health. That's health. That's definitely health. That's a lot of health, actually. Holy crap. I don't know about Witch's Brew, Chief. Witch's Brew is kind of iffy. But I will go with it. Tom's Beans, the old Apocalypse Rising ads. Very nice seeing that here. Target fighter gains that much, return it to your owner's hand. Cool. I would love to run a little bit more of a structure. But it's going to be a little finicky, Chief. Little bit weird, Chief. Let's go with the life potion. I don't know what to go with. Could just use that as a barrier. This is simple build. Just low brain cell count to build. That's literally our build. All right, let's test it out. No. Level 4. Hello. I'll challenge you and I'll challenge you. Wait. What? No, 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 no. I am not battling you, Chief. Now we're just waiting. I'll be back once we get a battle. Took a while, but we got a battle. So now we can test out the deck and we'll be good to go. It's like 2:30, Chief. It's exactly 2:30. Best of luck to you too. Let's see here. We're gonna go with Pillager. Guest can be removed. And then we'll probably go into Langs, I guess. We're fighting these. I don't want to fight those. Guess we'll remove and then we're good. Swap. Swap would be interesting. Slightly, ever so slightly. I don't. Okay. I'm happy for you. Loses that much. During your end step, double your Dragon Force. Whenever a Neo Dragon dies, quadruple. We had a swap, didn't we? Yeah, somewheres. Let's get rid of Langs, or should we get rid of when this card is cast, target fighter gains health? Health would be good in the long run. Let's get rid of that. I have Fragon Force. I applaud you. Oh, he does have Dragon Force. Alright, cool. Very cool. When this card is cast, if there are 5 cards in your deck, give yourself one of those. Let's see here. Effects. Whenever you discard your second card, each turn give yourself one of those. Oh boy. Cast only if you control one of those. When this card is cast or if this card is a fighter during your end step. If there are 4 fewer cards in your hand, shuffle one of those fighters into your deck. All allied those generate, transform all of those into copies of this card. Oh boy. Brew was it? Okay, cool. Let's get rid of him. Cool. I think that's cool. We're up to 7. We're almost there. Pretty nice, pretty nice. When this card is cast or during your end steps, if you have 4 or fewer cards in your hand, give that. Oh boy. Kind of wish to summon it, but oh well. We're at 7 once again. Oh boy. Sandals, cool. Cast only if you control one of those when this card is cast, or if this card is a fighter during your end steps. All of those in your hand gain that much. Actions buff this way, manifest into fighters. Transform all allied fighters into copies of this card. Neat. Whoo, anxiety 1000. Should we? We should. Alright, cool. We got those things. We can get rid of this thing. We get one of those things. And now we have these things, which isn't the best of things, but oh well. Oh, yeah, that's a good thing, actually. Never mind. Never mind. That's actually a good thing. Holy crap. He has 128 Dragon Force. Doesn't he need like only 50 or something? This is very chaotic. Interesting. Something did end step, wasn't it? Yeah. Cast only if you control one of those haste effects. Can't weaken. Cool. Pretty neat. Pretty neat. Effects can't weaken, damage, return, destroy, target, or set the stats of this card. When this card is cast during your end steps, this card generates that, transforms all allied fighters into a copy of this card. Cool. There goes Zanzil. I don't recall what card gave Zanzil. It was any, I think. Whenever you discard your second, do that thing. Oh my god. When this card is caster of this card is fighter during your end steps, all of those. That's the same one. Alright. Cool. So I guess that's a good thing. I don't know how that one works. Sinister deck? I'm not so sure about that one. How much are we genning? Jeez. How does this work? It better if you have fighter than not that if you want to cast those actions. Well, oops. If I, understood that correctly. Cast only if you control when this card is cast or during the card. Hold on, wait. Or if this card is a fighter during your end steps, all fighters lose that much health. Transform all allied fighters into copies of this card. Cool. I'm still learning, Chief. No, my dude. All right. Dragon Force is like all the way up there, and I have no idea what that does. Summon a clone of it, all of it in play in your hand, gain that much. Alright, cool. We'll just do that. Get rid of that one. We'll also get rid of that one. Have that one to do that thing. We can do this thing. Those ones turn into those. I'm not too sure how this works though. I'm like super confused on a lot of it. Wow. I kind of understand it a little bit, but I'm not sure. Cool. At least I'm getting some confirmation. Because I am so lost. Okay, we shuffle that into your deck. All of them generate. So I should probably do this and then combo with something. When this card is cast, during your end steps, you gain that much life. Your opponent loses that much. Transform all into this. Cool. I'm so lost. How the hell does Dragon Force work? Because that's a big number, Chief. I'm so lost. I really don't know what's happening. I have 25 cards at least, so I'm kind of happy about that. I guess we do that? I'm so confused. Okay, that happens. This goes here, so now we have 2 of these, I guess. But, there are 4 fewer cards in your hand. Shuffle in action. Cool. I'm pretty lost. Could do double. We get one of these. What if we do this? Oh, that's not the greatest, Chief. That kind of just screwed me over, rather than helped. Well, I mean, it kind of helped. Never mind, it helped. I think it did. I'm intrigued. I'm very intrigued. Oh my god, I have no idea what's even happening on either side of the board right now. It's just all zeros, and I love it. It's so stupid. How'd that work? Oh right, 50. I didn't notice it. Hilarious. We could Witch's Brew one of them, but I think I'll just hold on to that. When this card is cast, we can do the fatigue thing, I mean the down thing again, but I think I'll save that. Cast only if you control blah 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 blah. When this card is cast or during your end step, this card gains that much, transforms all allied fighters into copies of this card. Or we can go with all of those in your hand, gain that. I mean, we could. Cool. Cast only if you control Let me see here. Uh, 200 health. Oh well. I'm still reading up. It's a little confusing on which ones are which. But I kind of understand a little bit, not really. I'm so fucking lost. Wow. That wouldn't really do much for us, but it would be a big wall, pretty much. I have no idea what the hell is happening, and I think that's beautiful. When this card is cast, or if this card is a fighter in your end steps, all fighters lose that much. Okay, cool. So then, is this the only one we can really use? I think so. Did I miss something? There was a lot happening. Whoops. I mean, we could do a transform, which would be hilarious in my opinion. Yo, pretty awesome. That's pretty funny in my opinion. Wait, what did even happen? I'm so lost. Alright. Let's get rid of Witch's Brew. We can at least get an icon. So I just realized that did a little bit more damage than I expected, to be honest. That would be a prime time to have these things, I think. Maybe, perhaps, if I'm thinking correctly. Which I'm probably not. What we do, Chief? If there are 4 of you, yeah, that would be a good thing, I guess. I'm not too sure right now. Shuffle fighter. The fighter would be good. Generating would be cool, but it wouldn't really be cool right now. 7. I don't think we can wait it out for life loss. These are interesting cards regardless. Bruh. As for the scenario right now, I don't see an opening. So I think that's the GG. But I'm still very confused on Dragon Force also. 1 million? I think that's far beyond past, Chief. Go get him, Tiger. So one thing I did learn is that there are a ton of white icons with our current deck build. So that's interesting. Bruh. I forgot that they cast only if control. Cast only if control. Cast only if control. Yeah. So we kind of got to save our board without killing our board. But Apocrypha can kill our board, which I'm now concerned about. But it's also beneficial with lowering the power as well. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword. Other than that, the white icons we can definitely use to our advantage. Other than that, I think that's everything. We pretty much went through the bracket. We've got an idea of how it works. And now we just need to build around it a little bit better. Life potion, we really don't need. Maybe we do, maybe not. I don't think we do. White icons, what do we do with white icons? Like, that would be good with this. If there's any cards that can target our hand, that'd be really good. But I kind of doubt it. What do we do? I really don't think cards like Boba Man would be great. It might be if we're fighting a lower. But for standard play, I don't think that'd be it, Chief. We have a lot here of disposable. But we should probably run some white icons, white costing cards. That art looks really weird. Surreal. Uncanny is the word. we're not really gaining life. Life potion was kind of there for the aspect of actions turning into, what's it called? Fighters. So now I'm just really lost. That is a guess is pretty awesome. If there is that much health amongst fighters, you control cast this card using a green stud. When this card is cast, all fighters with the total stat of that gain that much health. Cool. Total stat actually isn't going to help us. That condition. So now I'm curious. I don't think Spike is going to come in handy too much. But maybe if we draw him early on, he might be if we're in a pinch. Diamond Zombie, whenever a zombie you control. No, thank you. Gork. Whenever this card destroys another, both players gain 2 colorless studs. I mean, could be interesting. I'll put 2 on the back burner. When this card is cast, all fighters lose that much power. You know what? Let's go with that. That sounds awesome. Pillager, we're dropping you a few pegs. Tombstone, I really don't think that's going to be good. Tombstone is going to be stupid. Actually... Tombstone could work as a wall. Can be countered. Effects can't increase or set stats of the card. Whenever this card attacks a fighter, attack loses that. Cool. If we really wanted to be annoying, we could do that. I really want to monopolize on the white icons. That's a really nice art. That's really, really nice. Each fighter gains that much health and power, then loses 200 health and power. Swap stats of all fighters twice. Lock them for that much. Then ready them twice. Draw a card. That's a mouthful. During your end step, all players gain that much life. Oh boy. That wouldn't really help us. That would just prolong the event. Whenever this card attacks, it gains that much health. Interesting, but I don't think it would be the... Actually, you know what? For 3 icons, it might be good as a starting or mid. Life Potion, I think we can just toss off the ocean. Anything else? I don't think so, Chief. There's an interesting mix of, like, generating and understanding the fucking cards. Some of them are beneficial, but I really just need to understand how. What scenarios make them good to play. Inert. Whenever you discard your first card each turn, give yourself a random rare card. Different color would be frightening, though. Mainly because this is a mono green currently. We have 2 empty spaces. Should we just go with, like, Boba? If he still works the same, perhaps. Modded is always fun. Modded is hefty. Alright, I'm curious. Bobas. When this card is cast, if your opponent controls that much, deal that much. As a condition? What about Lobster? I'm curious. Cast only if you have that much or less life. Interesting. Obliterate all fighters and all colored cards in your base plate. That's horrifying. What happens now? Is one of them an art? Yeah. What happens? I know what happens, but like, is it practical? If you're doing a mono white, I suppose. Or if you use this early game and you're super desperate. I don't think lobster would be so great. What if we look at some terrains? That would be interesting. Rarity? I don't think it would be under rarity. The reason I say rarity is because rarity has all of these as well. Terrain! Holy shit, it actually does have rarity. I mean, rarity and miscellaneous. I mean, we actually could. Do we want to be an asshat? We wouldn't be able to spawn in Gork. Gork or this one. You know what? Screw it, we'll do it. Let's do 2 of them. Should we just amp it? It feels stupid doing that. I mean, we could. We definitely could with stud, which would be interesting. Low curious. Let's drop that down to 3. Let's grab some lows, I guess. I really want to play with nightmares now. That'd be interesting to go back to. Whenever your opponent discards their first card, put a targeting blimp into your hand. That wouldn't be beneficial. I mean, caverns would help an occult user, wouldn't it? So that'd be frightening. To a degree. Not too sure what to go with. Gain life won't help. My leg is like going numb. If you don't know, I commonly sit with one leg crossed. So I got my leg crossed along my chair, and I got the other leg on top of it planted on the ground. And so it's kind of hurting now after a few hours. As for what we've got, I think we've got a pretty decent or below concept of how this archetype is going to go. With that in mind, I think we can put this on the back burner a little bit. We'll pick this up in a new recording when it isn't 3 a.m. Whenever a fighter targets this card, not gonna be good, not gonna be good. Not gonna be good either. That sounds like fun. Oh my god. That sounds like so much fun. I'm really unsure here. I think we'll just do some cannon fodder. We'll do Boba, and we'll do modded. It was right here somewheres. There we go. Did it save? I don't know if it's saved. I know it said save and exit, but like I get afraid because there's 2 saves now. Alright, I'm gonna do this at a later time. We got the first part, we got the deck build, we got the testing, and we got a little bit of the understanding. And now we just wait until it isn't 3 a.m. to do the rest of it.